Post-war Japan was rocked by an oil scramble that shook the world. It was a life-or-death challenge, betting economic recovery against an insurmountable wall. In 1953, the tanker Nissho Maru set sail for Iran. Yet, its voyage escalated into an international crisis, brought before the international court. Why did Japan pursue oil so relentlessly, challenging Great Britain, a nation with immense vested interests? Behind it lay a surprising national strategy. In this video, you will discover the full scope of the Nissho Maru Incident, Britain's persistent obstruction, and the victory of morality that Japan demonstrated. Now, let's delve into the truth of the oil scramble that shook post-war Japan. The main feature also details this incident's impact on modern diplomacy. After the war, Japan aimed for a miraculous recovery from the rubble. However, one critical problem threatened its growth. That problem was a lack of energy resources, especially oil. Without oil, the lifeblood of industry, the Japanese economy could not function. At the time, Japan had almost no oil resources and relied entirely on imports. These routes were primarily controlled by American oil majors. High oil prices hindered Japan's economic recovery. The government and oil industry began to seek new supply routes to break this deadlock. Their attention turned to Iran, a distant Middle Eastern nation. Iran, too, was in conflict with Britain over oil concessions. Iran's Prime Minister Mossadegh declared the nationalization of his country's oil. This enraged Britain, which had long monopolized Iranian oil. Britain sued in the international court, demanding a boycott and embargo of Iranian oil from the international community. This became a global trend. This situation seemed hopeless for Japan, but one man saw this crisis as an opportunity: Idemitsu Seizo, founder of Idemitsu Kozen. Idemitsu Seizo was firmly determined, for Japan's survival, we must secure oil ourselves. He refused to yield to international pressure and pursued a plan that everyone called reckless: importing oil directly from Iran. So why was he so confident? In March 1953, Idemitsu secretly dispatched the tanker Nissho Maru to Iran. Its captain was Manzo Fujisaki, and the crew was mostly young men in their 20s. They embarked on the voyage knowing they might be captured, as they had to break through the strict surveillance of the British Navy. The Nissho Maru passed through the Suez Canal and advanced into the Arabian Sea. British cruisers and destroyers were watching intently. Extensive intelligence was gathered in advance to predict British naval movements. Various tactics were devised, including night surprise navigation and camouflage. Then, on April 10th, the Nissho Maru safely entered Iran's Abadan port. The crew erupted in cheers. However, this was merely the beginning. Protests from the British government flooded Abadan port. The Iranian side welcomed the Nissho Maru and rushed the loading operation. Japanese engineers were also dispatched to assist with repairs to the nationalized refinery. Once loading was complete, the Nissho Maru departed Abadan port again, under the cover of darkness. Its return voyage was even more perilous. The British government prepared to sue in international court and notify various countries of the Nissho Maru as a pirate ship to seize it. The Nissho Maru aimed for Japan, evading the pursuit of the British fleet. What awaited them was immense pressure from the international community. Why couldn't Britain seize the Nissho Maru? No sooner had the Nissho Maru returned to Japan than Britain successively filed lawsuits in Japanese courts and the International Court of Justice. Britain's claim was that Iran's oil nationalization was illegal, and the Nissho Maru's oil was stolen property. This lawsuit became an extremely important trial, questioning the legality of oil nationalization under international law at the time. The Japanese side, with Idemitsu Kozen and the government cooperating, formed a team of international law experts. They prepared a thorough refutation. Japan's argument was that Iran's oil nationalization was a legitimate right of a sovereign nation, and purchasing that oil was lawful. Idemitsu Seizo upheld a management philosophy that emphasized morality, maintaining an unwavering stance of respecting the rights of the Iranian people. Japan's argument, based on morality, garnered significant sympathy from developing nations striving for liberation from colonial rule. In contrast, Britain's claims gave the impression of clinging to vested interests from past colonial rule, diverging from global trends. Ultimately, the International Court of Justice dismissed Britain's appeal, confirming Japan's victory. This ruling was more than just the resolution of an oil scramble. So, what impact did this verdict have on the world? Japan's victory in the Nissho Maru Incident was a symbolic event, recognizing post-war Japan as an independent entity in the international community. This secured a stable oil supply route from Iran for Japan, becoming a major driving force for its recovery. Furthermore, this ruling set a legal precedent, internationally recognizing the right of resource-rich nations worldwide to nationalize their natural resources. For nations seeking independence from British colonial rule, Japan's victory provided immense courage and hope. As a result, nationalization of resources progressed one after another in former British colonies and Middle Eastern countries, drastically altering the international order. The Nissho Maru Incident is remembered as a rare case where Japan triumphed over a powerful former colonial power, not by force, but by morality and law. Idemitsu Seizo's management philosophy and the strong will of the Japanese people for recovery achieved this historic feat. However, after this incident, new tensions regarding oil began to smolder behind the scenes of international politics. The Nissho Maru Incident accelerated changes in the balance of power in international relations, laying the groundwork for modern energy issues. It was a vast, largely unknown influence that post-war Japan exerted on the international community. So, what lessons does the Nissho Maru Incident convey to modern Japan? The Nissho Maru Incident held three crucial aspects: the hardships of Japan's post-war recovery, Britain's persistent obstruction, and Japan's victory of morality. The coordinated efforts of the Japanese government and corporations to assert their legitimacy in international court back then offer lessons applicable to modern diplomatic strategies. This incident teaches us the importance of resource diplomacy and the significance of persevering in one's convictions, even in difficult circumstances. The Nissho Maru Incident was more than just an oil transaction. It represented the spirit of post-war Japan's independence and its contribution to the international community. It is perhaps in challenging times that the wisdom, courage, and morality demonstrated by the Japanese people will continue to be a force that moves the world.